Hey everybody, this is Rydo, and we're back to 7 billion humans. So we kind of got defeated as far as the bonus levels on 12 of 60 puzzles. So that tells me that we need to kind of go quicker. And so let's just try this injection sites too. And let's not try to be crazy. Oops. Okay, let's not panic. It happened again. Management sent some very important data cubes, and I put most of them down on the floor, but I think I missed a few spots. I mean, you're not the most attentive listener either, nodding along, hoping I'll stop talking soon. I know, this is our life together now. So just grab all these data cubes over there and fill in the horizontal lines however you like. If you don't organize them, I didn't organize them this time for you, but I'm sure you can figure out how to identify where they go. Now, I play this game and all games on a TV that is about 10 feet across the room, so there is a possibility here in this scenario where if I'm supposed to be able to read those numbers, that's a little tough. But I'm gonna just hope the answer to that is no. I don't need to do that. Okay. Here's what I think I want to do. I want to do it a little bit crazier than normal, since this is going to require us to go backwards and forwards. I'm gonna say step to the right if this way is not a wall. If that way is not a wall, step to the right. And then just keep on stepping to the right forever. And then step to the left if this way is not a wall. And just do that forever. And then what we want to do is to see if where we are, well, no, what we want to know is if to the left and the right is a data cube and where we're standing is nothing, that point drop, and at that point just jump all the way out of the code because we're done. And same exact test here. If this is a data cube and this is a data cube and this is nothing, then drop and jump out. Okay. Now the only next part of this is the else part, which should be see if this is a wall on the right, then go to the left. It's a wall on the right. So if it's not a wall, if it is a wall, then you should step down. I've probably put this in the wrong order on this code. Because if I just put the test up here, if it's a data cube to the left and right and do nothing, drop it, and then if there's a wall to your right and there is a worker to your left, if there is a wall to your right and there's a worker to your left, go down. Or actually no or. You need another if. Maybe making a mess here. There's a wall to your right and a worker to your left. Again, step down. And then the else part of this wall to your right, worker to your left, step down, and then the step to the left should be the else. And once you've done that if, you should then jump back to that. Maybe not. See, I could probably combine these two commands and then make a separate command that says if there's a worker to your left, step to the right. Trying to make a snaking action here, and see, this is the problem. Not even having him go the direction I wanted him to go this way, but fine. And see, there's a hole up here, so it would be kind of worst case scenario. Yeah, I probably am doing this a little too crazy, actually. Let's just reset. This is coding as I do it a lot of times. Just let's see. If in front of you if you're standing on a data cube, move back and forth. No, that won't work, because then they just go back and forth all the time. You know what the easiest way to do this would be? Pick it all up, and then if you're standing next to a worker, take a step to the right. That way everybody just organizes themselves fairly nicely. Let's see how that works. Pick up. That does spread people out. And then if this is not a data cube and this is not a data cube and this is not a data cube, then just step forward and then else if, so one of those is a data cube, if this is nothing, step that way, else if this is nothing, step that way, and else if this is nothing, step that way. And then a drop command that should be like, I don't want to repeat the same drop command each time. So you almost have to have a double check at that point, or you just bother to put a drop command on all of them and just be done with it. And then you just jump out of the code, as is pretty typical. This is part of the reason why I hate the jump code in these go-to commands. See how that plays. Pick up, separate out, pick up, separate out, put a code down. Alright, that worked fairly well. There's just a part of this that they should be walking forward at this point. This command here is a mistake. But we can, I think, fix that fairly easily with just that. See how that plays out. They got me. They got me on that. So this code won't work the way it's designed. Well, I kind of like that code, but let's start over again. We are going to have a kind of snaky thing. So if in front of you is in front of you is a data cube. If you're not standing on a data cube, drop and jump all the way out of the code, which will get bigger. Step. We're going to just start them where they would be standing on the things. Elsewise, walk to the right Unless to the right of you is a wall. Then in that case, step down 2. And start. But see, then this is where it gets confusing, because once they've made it all the way to the right, they need to change the code and start walking to the left. Which would be jumping down to code like this. And then repeating the code if they're standing on a data cube. If they're not standing on a data cube, then they have to drop and quit. Elsewise, then we just check to see if the wall to the left is there. And if it is, we step down 2 more. Otherwise, we go to the left, and I hope that works. That worked for most of that. Let's see if we can step through this. So, let's watch this one. It's done, it drops, it jumps to the end. And then Buffy gets out of the way. And then we are interested in Mary's actions now. Mary hits a wall. And at that point she goes down, down, down. And she should not be jumped to that point. She should be jumped to this point. And then this point should cycle back up to this point. And then this point should jump up to that point. Yeah, there's just kind of a problem as it is. It's just this constant possibility of extra confusion that's unnecessary. And see, the fact that these guys are getting moved back to the end of the line does not make any sense. They shouldn't be doing that. Like, there's no point where they are told to go back up at all. And so I just don't know how they would really expect you to do this. Like, she gets to the wall. She sees it's a wall. She executes the code to step down. And then this jump here should be to that out of that. Otherwise, there we go. Got it. "25 commands. Apparently you can do it in 10 commands and 71 seconds. Apparently you can do it in 55 seconds. Yeah, and it's just going to take longer and longer and be more and more difficult going forward if I try to even bother with those things. Let me introduce you to something very dear to my heart. Shredders. They shred anything dropped inside. Anything. Please shred. Ooh. Ha ha ha. Yes, I apologize for my behavior. Shredding just gets me unseasonably excited. Yes, we are now ready to concentrate. Everyone, please shred your data cube." What? Not everyone got a data cube? Well, life's never fair, is it? So, here we have a give to command. So I guess you have to give the commands to it. And interesting that the floor with this background makes it seem like they're on like the roof of a building. So, pick up, step forward. This theoretically would be really hard, really easy. Is that it? Let's see. So just one more step forward command. Wish you could kind of zoom in with this, but you can't. Did everyone survive our first day with shredders? Yes, surviving is technically not a strict requirement, as long as we get the work done. So I did it in 4 commands, and I did it in 4 seconds instead of 3. That was really simple. So I wonder if this would be faster to just do that. Can I not step into the shredders? It feels like that's a dual functionality you would want to be able to do. Yeah, I don't know how you could go faster than this. Like, because you need the 2 steps, right? So the only thing I guess you could do is you could put an if command in here. If in front of you equals a data cube, do all of this. And this is kind of pointless. But I guess the idea is that then that just stops the other one from moving. And I guess that in the calculation is how you get 3 seconds. That it's really a terrible system, though, to calculate this by seconds, because it's not really seconds. Anybody with a faster CPU is going to have a different outcome for any program, unless it's hard-coded to run along a clock cycle, so it can't go any faster. Where it feels like the previous game had a number of commands and a number of steps, and the number of steps would make a lot more sense. And it doesn't make any further sense to have like 25 random tests be done in the background and shown here, when the only way this parallel processing concept of programming makes any sense is to assume that these would be the random tests. And yeah, that just doesn't really make sense to double up on that. But I can't complain too much, or it'll just become a big waste of time. Yeah, the idea that there's a simulator inside the backgrounds of this game, and it's like heavily programmed and well designed, is particularly wasteful thought. I think we can all agree shredding is just one data cube was not enough. I understand your burning desire for more things to shred. Yes, you're welcome. We can't have data cubes scattered about like some sort of freewheeling tech company. So shred all the cubes? Okay. Int. You got a new command, end. End tells a worker that they are finished and can just end their program. You never required to use end, but it can be helpful. Yeah, that sounds like that would be super useful. If above you is a thing, pick it up. Else, if above you is a wall, go ahead and end. And then go ahead and jump up that way. If you do pick it up, then step down, and if below you is a shredder, give to the shredder and jump back this way. Elsewise, jump this way. 13 commands, is that good enough? Yeah, I just really need to speed this all up. So that was 13 commands and 17 seconds, or 27 seconds of 23 seconds. And do I want to even bother trying to customize this or improve this any further? See, if it was the command to just make sure that one shredder was filled, each of once was filled, this would be a little bit easier. This is a data cube. Pick it up. Then step down. Maybe you just don't need this part. That gets you down to 10 commands. And 23 seconds, so we got it faster. So we did one thing. So how do we get rid of one command? You just get rid of this jump, actually. That should work. Okay. So the right paths, with the exception of zipper, seem to be easier. Moving forward, we'll want to make as much progress as possible, and then I guess we'll just go back and rethink things once we're more warmed up and familiar with how these programming, the game designers are thinking. Look at me programming. I solved this one for you. Well, sort of. The worker on the right just isn't working. Almost everyone dies. Can you fix this with only 2 changes? Watch. So they go down. The one on the right jumps to their death. And everybody else jumps into the shredder. You only need to add or change 2 commands, but you're welcome to change more if you like. Okay. So it's if this is not a wall. So what we could do. It feels odd that they're still kind of tutorializing us in a way that I don't really feel necessary, considering this is a sequel to the game. Particularly if they're forcing that on to me when I don't really want to do it. Look. And this is not equal to a hole. See if that fixes the whole thing with just one change. So here's the problem with a game like this. You told me you need to add or change only 2 commands. I made one change to one command and just solved it. All of the workers have died. Oh, so apparently I have to make them survive. That's a new requirement. And everyone must survive. Okay, so here's the second part of this. But still, that's not really changing 2 commands if I just change it to a shredder. Also, I've still only changed one command. I've just made it longer. That's still one line of code. That's one execution. Well, I don't quite understand that. Why would they step forward? It says right here, if in front of you is not equal to a shredder, step forward. It doesn't feel like the code is working the way it should work. There's literally no other bit of code here that has them step forward. So why are they stepping forward? I think in this game we will probably never be required or asked to make 3-way comparisons. So let's just do it that way. And see what happens when somebody ends and just stands in the way. They will just get out of the way. Okay. So I had to make 2 changes because the game doesn't understand Boolean logic, or I don't understand Boolean logic. But if there was a faster way to do this, how would we do it? The faster way would be to say if something is in front of you, pick it up, and after you pick it up, then you start this code here to do that. That's all backwards. And then kind of don't need think much of this at all. You just need it to go down. See if that works. That's 11 lines of code. Eight or fewer. And that's 12 seconds. We still need to make this more efficient. Let's see. That might be enough. Let's see. How many lines of code were we trying to get it down to? 8? Because I could probably speed this up fairly easily by just stepping down 1, stepping down 2, stepping down 3, stepping down 4. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, let's get rid of those two. That's 10 seconds. See if we can get it down to 9 seconds. Nope. If it's data queue, pick it up. Then step to the right. That probably would work. See. Down to 11 seconds. Let's put 2 steps here and see if that works. Nope. $10 seconds. We're like 1 second off. But what's adding that 1 second? This jump to go back this way. I mean, might. Like, why would that really make it more efficient? Like, the game's really failing to explain that. And yet, it also didn't make it any more efficient. Let's see. See, this is why it feels like it's just arbitrary. The time is because it's not really explaining that. Like, let's do the count of steps: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You know what? This is silly. But I think I may have figured it out. Just save ourselves a step. by looking diagonally. I got it down to 10 seconds. I mean, it's silly to think of it this way, but is the power in diagonals really that crazy? I did it. It really interesting. So the solution here is to look to the diagonal and give to the diagonal, and even though you give to the diagonal, it doesn't really matter because you still stand right in front of it, just as a matter of the way it's animated. Let's step through that just to show that, because that is weird. It walks diagonally, saves itself a step. Then it looks diagonally to see if it sees a shredder. It doesn't see a shredder. It walks to the right. Looks diagonally again, says it doesn't see a shredder, so it walks to the right. Now this time Maya's gonna see a shredder, so she's gonna activate the give to, which then in one step has her walking to the right and handing it to her and ending. Okay. So now the question is, can we get it down to 8 lines of code? And I think the answer is fairly easily. Probably yes. If this is a cube, then step to the right here. See, that's 7 lines of code. How can we get this down more? And we can just constantly pick up things and not look to see if it's actually in a shredder. Or let's see. Step down, pick up. If this is a shredder, give it to it diagonally. Otherwise, step to the right. That's 9 lines of code. And that's 8 lines of code. Let's see if that works. Let's see. what can we do to get this to work well? Because you don't oddly have an if you are carrying something. Not really. If what you're standing on is a data cube, then yes, you can pick it up. Else, step down. If to the diagonal of you is a shredder, give it to them, else step to the right. Because you kind of need this loop. And then you need another loop. We could just get rid of that. And we could do that. That gets it back to 8. This might work. We put that there, that there, that there, and that there. And I guess that's how you do 8 codes. But that is way slower. So then that leaves us with another split. And it is just going to take us longer and longer to get further and further. Let's go back and let's look at these puzzles and see if we can see what the statistics are. You now have like 3 tabs up here, apparently. Maybe that was always the case, but then definitely it's kind of hard to scroll up and scroll down. So if we want one that does, well, we should just start with executing this and seeing what the thing is that we didn't get. And they've kind of stopped talking to you after you solve a puzzle. 5 lanes of code, okay. So be nice if you could label some of these. But I guess we'll just for future reference, the first one will always be the least amount of code, and the right one will be the most amount of code. Go ahead and pick. See how pickup is different now? So see, okay. Then if this is a code, Hmm. Hmm. So how do we get this to 5 lines of code? Hmm. Hmm. They want you to fall in these specific holes, not just cheat it some way. So, how could we make this in 5 lines of code? That is an incredibly small amount of code. Hmm. And if I was to have everybody pick up, go to the right one, pick up, and then go to the right a couple more times, then many people would fall off the edge. And there's no if statement that would even work that way to make that an efficient system. I wish you could just step in the general direction. That's 6 lines of code, and that still probably doesn't work. You'll almost have to pick it up, drop it, and then use it as a marker. Yeah, that wouldn't work. If this is to the left, step to the left a whole bunch of times. Yeah, that seems crazy. Seems like you would have to do something like, if this is a data cube, pick it up. And then somehow I have to decide how I am deciding whether to step left or not. If you're standing on a cube, pick it up. If your direction is left, step left, else step right. And see, even that's not 7. What if we were to do something crazy like that? Let's just see what happens. Step left, Step right. 5 lines of code. If the data cube is left, step left, else step right, pick up, okay. The data cube is to the left, step left, over and over again, after the pickup. This isn't gonna work. That's still not 5 lines of code. And still doesn't feel smart. Yeah, I don't feel like I'm even 5 steps closer to having it at 5. Pick it up, then step to the left or to the right. Yeah, I don't get it. How could you even possibly get this down to 5 lines of code? Let's just double check that that's what they're really saying for us to do. 5 or fewer commands, we're using 10 commands. And this is an easy one, theoretically. If this was to the left, Yeah, unless it's this is to the left or the direction to the left. We'll see if that changes anything. So it is doing something different there. Because without that, let's see. They're all going to the left now. But did land on a direction. Interesting. Yeah, I really don't get the directions part of this. If left direction equals left, step left. See how that plays out. Seems like everybody stepped left. If to the left of you is something, step to the left, else step to the right. Or you're holding a data cube and to the left of you is a hole. I don't see how even that changes things. Even if I was to somehow get this Boolean logic to work, something to the left of you is something, pick up a move to the Yeah, I don't, no clue at all. It's not even obviously worth the time to even begin to try and solve these puzzles that are early puzzles, because it's just such a hassle. 9 or fewer commands. So this was the one that we could do fairly easily, and instead we did fairly difficult wise, because there's kind of no great reason to do it the way he had it, because that's pretty boring. But we'll see. 1, 2, 3. I don't think it needs 3. 1, 2, 3. This is the speed one, so we'll want to move this one actually down. See, this really is a good question about just how do you really run multiple versions of this? Like 25 different variations or random tests on this doesn't really make sense. So I'm just going to go ahead and paste that. So now the question would be how to do this in the fewest commands if in front of you is not equal to a whole, or in front of you is not equal to a data cube, then step forward. Else if to the left of you is not equal to a whole, then step to the right, and once you've stepped to the right, go back to the beginning. Else if the if it's what's to the right of you. See, the problem here is this will go back to the right at this point. All the way to the right, then all the way to the left. That doesn't work. Needs to look forward always. It needs to always test to see if that's the case. If you're stepping forward, go back and look again. If you can't step forward, go to the right. If you're stepping right, go back and check to see if we can go forward. Else, step to the left. And if you're stepping Hmm. If this is, let's see. Ooh, interesting. You cannot test to see if there's a platform, something on the ground. If this is not a hole, then step right up diagonally. I don't think that this is anywhere close to the number of commands, though, that we needed. Well, what caused that to happen? It looks ahead of you, sees it can't do that. It looks to the left and says, that's the problem with that. Hmm. Let's see. Step forward. If you can't step forward, instead step diagonal. Jump back. Elsewise, step diagonal this direction. And then I think we need another loop. All the way back up to the top. Oops again. Yeah, it's probably not worth the effort to try all of that. There probably is a way to write this diagonally, but so if this is something being potentially anything, step forward. Let's see what that does. That's something. That's if it's not equal to something, actually. So a forward is not equal to a hole, step forward, then go back and check again. If to the left is not equal to a hole, then take a step to the left and go back and try again. If I probably just need to do something like that. Let's see how that plays. Hmm. See if that fixes it. Almost. 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 "16 lines of code, though. They want it done in 9 or fewer. And the best I've ever been able to do is 13 lines of code. 9 or fewer. Let's see. Reset. Pick up. If that's that way, step that way. If that's that way, step that way. And let's see. If all else fails, then if that's that way, step that way. And then that's 9 lines of code, pretty much, at that point. I got 8 lines of code. So I have like 1 extra line I could do. Is that. That gets us to 10. That gets us to 9. Well, in this one scenario, this might work, but it's such a bodge job, really. This, because this will get you to go diagonally, and then it'll make you go that way. So I don't know how you fix that. Is it a matter of just moving these in different orders and prioritizing the ability to go downward first? might be that you go diagonal, because you can go diagonal this way, but you can't go diagonal that way. There's 1, 2, 3, but you can't go that direction. Even there. Let's see. Downward. Go down first. Go to that way. If this works, I'm going to be fairly disappointed that it works. Well, it's very, very close. Very, very close. So, what would be the next thing we could change? We could make it all like that, and that I don't think would change too much. Although I think this might actually be more of a system like this. But yeah, you will just go diagonally that direction. So I bet the diagonals aren't the real answer. I bet this is simpler. So just prioritize that. If you go down, else you go left, else you go right. But I don't know how you get that infinite loop just right. Yeah, this game is beating me a lot more than it should be, frankly. And honestly, I think a lot of it is just a kind of poor programming language, a weak programming language, as it were. Let's see. Like this one. What's what's the desire here on this one? To 5 or fewer commands and 6 seconds, and I've got it at 14. All right, so we can do this quicker simply by doing down and then picking up and then stepping down and then doing that. If this is not a whole step down and then go back up. Is that it? Nope. It's a little bit more complicated than that. See if that works. Why did that not work? Why are these guys not picking things up? I guess they're supposed to drop if this is not a whole step down. Okay, we could save ourselves some code that way. Step downward, pick up the thing that you would now be standing on. Why is this not working? They do it just fine. 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 There we go. We've got 6 lines of code. Is that... And they want it on 5 lines of code. Interesting. Yeah, this really does just kind of just stink. And yeah, I think we can just do that and then hit play, and I think it will still just work. And that just causes them to drop it every single time, and that's how you get 5 lines of code. So then the question is, how do you make this more efficient speed wise? You say, well, we know they're not going to pick up anything for the first 2 steps, and we otherwise I don't think know too much. So that did it. Is there a faster way? else. If there is a hole, drop it, and I mean, once they drop it, they are done with the code. So it's not like I need a jump command in this to jump out of the code and tell them to stop moving. Should be this and that. See if that works. Is there possibly a way to make us move twice as fast? I mean, you kind of could. You could step forward twice. You could pick up either one of those, and you could step forward twice, maybe there. See if that works. And yet that took 12 seconds. Why would that take 12 seconds? That doesn't make sense. It really doesn't make sense. Shorter code with fewer things of lines of text are better. I can't for a second believe otherwise. Right, well, see, adding like one step there. What if there was a way, if they could drop something in front of them so that, is there a way to do that? Like step forward and drop, then pick it up again. Does that really change the speed any? Is that they step forward, they drop it, they pick it up again. They step forward, they drop it, they pick it up again. They step forward, they drop it, they pick up again. Step forward, drop it, pick it up again. Step forward, drop. See, because if the humans fell off the edge, who cares about that? step forward, drop would work if I then said step forward. What if I was to pick up the thing behind me? See if I went 3 that way and then pick up like that. 1, 2, 3, pick up those. Go forward, pick them up. Got almost all the way there. But once again, wow, we're going really late. I got it down to 9 seconds, but why did that get that down to 9 seconds? And why is the goal 6 seconds? And why can this not explain itself better than that? Really feels like it should. Now if I take all of these out, does that change at all? Or does that make it slower or faster? 17 seconds. So that did save me quite a bit of time. Still don't see how I'm gonna get those 3 extra seconds though. It doesn't really make sense. Let's run the numbers. We have 8 commands and it's taking us 9 seconds to do them. Does that mean we need 6 lines? Or does that mean something else? If this is equal to a whole, drop, else, do that. That didn't change the speed at all. Would it actually just be easier to go 1, 2, 3, pick up, and then 1 down, and then pick up, and then one down, and then pick up, and then one down, and then pick up, and then one down, and then drop. I think that might actually be the solution here. Let's put absolutely no logic into it really, and just have them each fall to their deaths. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's one too many. Pick up, go one down, pick up, go down one, pick up, and then drop. That's 7 seconds. But they want you to do it in 6 seconds. And this has like no logic whatsoever in it. So if they do a pickup this way, where they reach forward ahead, does that then negate the need for one step forward? I think it is. It does. Well, that doesn't... See, I don't know why this would be any faster. And see, that is still 7 seconds. So, yeah, unless it was something crazy like doing that. They go 1, 2, can't pick up or pick forward. Let's see. Going forward 1 and then having 3 of them pick it up is fine. And then when those 3 pick up, going forward 2. See if that works. Then they could probably go forward 2. Oh man, we've been going almost 2 hours. There definitely is something to be said about the engagingness of this game. If you are going to get enthralled with it, if you are going to go that route, you will certainly run into spending a lot more time on it than you think you will. Still at 7 seconds though. So I need to test like one last thing, I think. And that's probably, you know what? What if we did pick up, pick up, pick up after 3 steps? 1, 2, 3. Pick up, pick up, pick up, and then 1, 2, pick up there. Wow, still at 7 seconds. I can't help but kind of feel like it's just glitched. Like, how else would you program for something like this? Like, if I had them grabbing ones to the sides, left and right, would that help in any way? Not really. If I had them grab a whole bunch and then after they have picked something up, I don't see it. I really don't see it. It's this one that's the spoiler, obviously. If I go 1, 2, 1, 2, and then have everybody pick up there, and then I have them go 2 more, and then I have them pick up above, bottom, and below. And then I have them go down 2 more and drop. Unless the thing I'm not getting is that they stop trying to pick things up and that thus makes your program run faster. But it doesn't seem like that's the case. Okay, well, that's it. I'm not willing to go any further on even these early puzzles. So we're down to it 3 hours into this game, 2 episodes in. We're down to the point where it's just we're going to give these puzzles the college try, but if I can't figure them out, well, we may just end up in kind of a soft rage quit position, actually. Like I definitely could figure these things out, but some of their metrics are a little crazy. And when you get into the realm of performance metrics for programs, it's not something I'm particularly very familiar with. Usually when you're programming a program, you don't have to make it particularly efficient or particularly well. Now, I did work on a project for a brief time for an embedded device that was using basically C++ code, and its embedded RAM and memory was fairly limited, and the libraries included to use things like strings were not programmed well enough for managing RAM that way. So since I was doing a fairly ambitious project, I very quickly realized that I was running out of RAM and causing the program to act very irrationally. And that was the first time, pretty much in my experience of being a programmer, that I've ever had to worry about, oh, I need to define this integer as a short 8-bit integer instead of a 16-bit integer or a 32-bit integer or 64-bit integer, just because I need to save as much RAM as possible. But even when I was learning in school how to program, even on what would have been decades old computers, RAM management and memory management was not really a consideration or something taught. Maybe it would have been eventually later to me in some other class, but I never took that class, obviously. But I don't think it was ever a concern. And if you look at the state of like modern Windows management and CPU, RAM management, CPU usage management, it's not a concern. They just keep pushing it and pushing it and pushing it, and everybody just powers through that problem by buying a more expensive computer that is more powerful, or the same price computer that's twice as powerful as the last one they bought. Anyways, that's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend or follow me on any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below in the description box. And if you want to support me further, there's a link to Patreon, or you can friend me on Steam and gift me a game off my wishlist. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.